cardio. I didn't do any cardio. But hold on. James, brother, my brother in humanity. You're my brother in humanity. You're not my brother in faith. But James, brother, dude, you just said your God decreed rape. Here. You just said your God decreed rape. Here it is, guys. Make this video go viral. Soteriology 101. He cannot stand Leighton Flowers because Leighton Flowers, by the decree of his God, is destroying Calvinism and causing Calvinists to see the God of Calvinism is evil. He's not the God of the Bible. So, guys, make this go viral. But hold on. James White believes everything has been predestined by his God. So does Anthony Rogers. That means they must believe their God predestined me to be the best non-Catholic apologist to help people either become Catholic or go back to the ancient churches. And their Eastern Orthodox or Orthodox will tell you, God used me to open their hearts to the ancient churches, and they became Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox, or became stronger members of the Eastern Church. I rejoice with them. I've never told them, leave and become Catholic. That's not my cup of tea. But now watch here. Does he believe his God decrees rape? Because his God decrees everything.
Well, let's see.
When a child is raped, is God responsible, and did he decree that rape?
If he didn't, then that rape is an element of meaningless evil that has no purpose. What I'm trying to point out by going to Scripture... So what is your
answer there? Because I want to understand the answer to that question.
I'm trying to go to Scripture to answer.
Yes, but what is the answer to the...
What is the answer? Did your God decree rape because he decrees everything?
The question that he just asked, so that we can understand what the answer is.
I mentioned to him, yes, because if not, then it's meaningless and purposeless. And though God knew it was going to happen, he created without a purpose.
Did you hear it? Yes. No, of course, brother. V for Yahweh. You know, I never bashed the Eastern Orthodox. You're my witness. I never bashed the Eastern Orthodox. I never bashed the Oriental Orthodox. In fact, one of my mods named Ricky, I was there when he got chrismated and got baptized in the Eastern Orthodox Church with his wife. I go hiking with him. In fact, here, V, because you're a regular, guess what I'm going to do for you? You're right here, Eastern Orthodox, right? There you go. So did you hear what he just said? Hear what he just said? Yes, my God decrees rape. In case you missed it, again. So James White's God decreed I become the best non-Catholic apologist for the Catholic Church, and also to get people to consider the ancient churches. Watch here.
Well, let's see.
When a child is raped, is God responsible, and did he decree that rape?
If he didn't, then that rape is an element of meaningless evil that has no purpose. What I'm trying to point out by going to Scripture... So what is your answer there? Because I want to understand the answer to that question. I'm trying to go to Scripture to answer.
Yes, but what is the answer to the question that he just asked, so that we can understand what the answer is?
I mentioned to him, yes, because if not, then it's meaningless and purposeless. And though God knew it was going to happen, he created without a purpose. That means God brought the evil into existence. No, it was going to exist, but for no purpose, no redemption, nothing positive, nothing good.
So he did decree it, and if he decreed it, then there's meaning to it.
It has meaning. It has purpose.
Got it.
Suffering, all suffering has purpose.
So if God determined that a child will be raped, it has purpose. If God determined a child be murdered, that has purpose. If God determined that women get raped, that has purpose. If God determined that Muslims take James White's women folk and his young granddaughters, molest them and behead them or rape them, God decreed it. God is responsible, but there's a purpose behind it. This is James White. So what is he complaining about?
Thing in this world has purpose. There is no basis for despair. But if we believe that God created knowing all this was going to happen, but with no decree, he just created, and all this evil's out there and there's no purpose, then every rape, every situation like that is nothing but purposeless evil, and God is responsible for the creation of despair. And that is not what I believe.
For years I've been trying to figure out why it is that in order for rape to exist, or unless God caused it to happen, there can't be any purpose in it. God can use evil, and he does. Yep. But to blame God, which is what a decree does, to blame God for the rape of a child is a horrible attack on the very character and the love of God.
There you go. So make this clip go viral. So I want to know, does James White believe what he says? God decreed everything? That means he decreed that I'd be the best Buddhist, non-Catholic Buddhist defender of the Catholic Church, better than Michael Lofton, and one of the best non-Eastern Orthodox, non-Oriental Orthodox, non-Assyrian Church, non-Coptic Buddhist apologists for the ancient churches. Not bad, huh? Now, God